I'm gonna get started off with the AVEENO Max Glow Serum Primer. I recommend this a lot because it's really good and I like it a lot. So you just drop it into your hand and then push it in. And it helps keep your skin hydrated underneath all the makeup as well. And I'm gonna push it into all of my dry patches as well. I've got some flakiness around the corners of my nose, right in the center of my forehead. So it's a great way to camouflage flakiness. Wet n Wild PHOTOFOCUS Dewy Primer. This is gonna be my illuminating base. This is one of my very, very favorites. This one is amazing and it's not glittery at all. All right, honestly, I put a little bit of illuminator on and I'm like, wow, there is that healthy radiance that I love so much. Okay, so for foundation, because I wanna keep this, you know, dewy and luminous, and I wanna make sure that it just looks nice and juicy, I'm gonna be using the Revlon Candid Glow Foundation. Now, I mixed two shades, 440 to 320, because I feel like when I mix the two, I get a little bit more of a custom match. So I'm gonna apply this just with stippling motions all over my face. The coverage is buildable, which is great, so you can do anywhere from sheer to full coverage and it will always be dewy. I mean, look at that. It just looks so nice and the light reflects off of it. Just looks like really healthy skin. Neutrogenia Radiant Cream Concealer. I'm very much obsessed with this right now because it just looks really, well, radiant like the name would say, but I have a lot of dryness under my eyes, and so I like how this plumps up the under eye and keeps it looking just really youthful, and it doesn't dry down and cake up. It's so easy to work with. You can just blend it out in a couple seconds with your fingers. Buildable coverage, so if you want a little bit more coverage, you can always layer this stuff up as well. Honestly, just the heat from your hands when you're blending in this concealer, it's like magic. It just activates the product and it melts into your skin seamlessly, undetectably. It's crazy. I'm gonna quickly smack some brows on. I'm using the Revlon Brow Creator, and then we'll start doing a little bit of and then we'll start doing a little bit of eyeshadow. This is e.l.f. New Classics. I'm gonna pop the shade Truffle and just lightly pat that from outer corner to inner corner. Pull it up into the crease and up to the brow bone. I'm gonna pull that down on the lower lash line. Okay, next I'm gonna be taking the shade Rose Gold, and what I'm gonna do is just lightly pat this on my eyelids using my fingertip and then softly blend it out a bit. I'm gonna take that shade Beloved, that light pink, and I'll just pop that lightly in the center of both of my eyelids. And again, just softly blend it out. I'm gonna mix Earth and Opulent to create a little bit of a taupey shade. I'm gonna blend that right on the outer corner, really lightly, and pull it into the crease slightly, just for some barely there definition on the outer corner of the eye. But I want it to be super, super subtle. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder, and I'm gonna use this to lightly bronze my entire face. Just lightly right around my hairline, pushing this into the hairline so I get a nice contour. I can pull it into the center of the face a little bit too. I'm mainly gonna keep this on the perimeter and like just a tiny bit in the center of the face because this is cool toned, so I want to use it for contouring. Take a little bit on an angled brush and just contour the sides of my nose. We're going to be using multiple bronzers to really create that multi-dimensional sun-kissed glow. This is a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm going to use this one just lightly tapping it all over, concentrating more so around the perimeter of my face, kind of avoiding the very middle with this one. Now this one is a deeper tone of bronzer. They do have a lighter version as well. So if you are lighter skin toned than me, I love that one too. This one's really nice because it's got some reflective qualities to it. So it's not gonna look matte in the center of your face. So it's gonna keep the skin looking really nice and dewy. Now I'm going to apply my blush. So what I'm essentially gonna do is sandwich my blush in between 2 layers of bronzer. So I'm gonna have bronzer, blush, bronzer. And I've always done this, but I never really realized how much of a subtle difference it makes to apply the blush to a little bit of a bronzed base. It just makes it look a lot more realistic, and I'll show you guys what I mean. For blush, I'm gonna use Luxor and Cairo. This is from the CATRICE EMAN collection, and I'm gonna mix the 2 of them together because I really like this burnt sienna orange shade of Luxor, and then Cairo will kind of subtle it out just a bit, but these are super pigmented, so I wanna make sure I just knock a little bit of the excess onto the back of my hand, just so I can really control the amount of pigment that I put down on my skin. And I'm just going to lightly tap this right on the apples of the cheek, then blend it back on the cheekbone. And these 2 shades specifically are the types of colors that really complement this type of look. To really pull everything together, I'm gonna take a little bit of Luxor and I'm gonna pop that just into the crease of my eye, just subtly into the crease of the eye, blend it out, just to really pull all the tones together. This is a MILANI Baked Bronzer, and I'm gonna use this lightly draped all over the entire face. Now this is where you do wanna be maybe just a little bit more strategic with how you're placing the bronzer, but because this one has a really nice warm undertone, I feel comfortable pulling it in a little bit further towards the center of the face, and also just lightly right over that blush. Now this is also the bronzer that I'm going to lightly sweep across the tops of my cheekbones and right across the bridge of my nose, just so I get that draping from the sun effect. Just lightly everywhere, take it down on the neck. This is the Revlon Instant Cheek Maker, and I'm taking this lighter shade right here, you know, really concentrating on that one. And I'm just going to lightly press this on the highest points of my face, just lightly pushing it in, just so that wherever the light hits the highest points of your faces, right on the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and then right under the arch of the brow, and right up above the arch of the brow. This is the Catrice Glam and Doll Mascara. And I'm just gonna lightly do a couple coats of this. I love how it separates and lengthens the lashes. I'm gonna take it on the lower lashes too. I'm gonna line my lips with one of my favorite lip pencils ever. This is Keep It Spicy from LA Girl. And then I'm going to use ColourPop's Just a Tint Lip Crayon in Shaka. I love this one. It's my favorite of all the Just a Tint lip crayons. This is Persimmon from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna do a subtle orange tint to the lips just to tie it all together because we have some orange on the cheeks and lips. Cheeks and eyes, I mean. This is the makeup that I live for. I love when spring and summer come because then I just get to be dewy, bronze. Just get to do all those looks that I'm super obsessed with. So let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe if you didn't earlier, and I would also love it if you guys would come follow me on Instagram as well. Thanks so much for watching this. Bye guys.